Hello and welcome to our series of Blackboard Learn training. Today I'm going to show you some navigation tools. I know that some of you may not be familiar with how Blackboard works, so we're going to look at all the ins and outs and where you can kind of go and how to navigate through any course. So the first thing I want to familiarize you with is the Blackboard icon glossary. I'm going to add a link to this in the description of the video. But I want to get you familiar with a couple of different icons. So this is for item, this is for file, this is for learning module, this is for content folder, this is for test, this is for assignment, and the last one, discussion. And these are kind of the most common icons that you'll see. They're usually in an online course. At least most of them are. So right now we're going to go ahead and navigate through a course. This is a course that I've made that we can play with. You'll notice that on the left hand side, this is your menu. Everywhere you need to go is right here. So you'll see that there's the syllabus, there's an announcement section, learning modules, discussion, email, etc. And this will be different depending on how the course instructor has built the course. So in here, you'll see that we enter the course in the learning modules section. If I click learning modules, this is the same place I'm brought. If I click announcements, it looks a little different. So I want you to see here that any of this black text here that kind of appears as the title is going to be clickable. So you'll notice that that's clickable, and you'll notice your mouse icon changes too. You see it's an arrow, and then it turns into a little hand with a finger pointing to the clickable object. So you'll know how that you can click on stuff based on that, okay? Now, if I come into Module 1 here, left click into it, you'll notice that there's this stuff to do, but I can't click on it. What's going on? You see it doesn't have an underline on it. Any of these that doesn't have an underline, you can't click on. You can't open them and go deeper into the rabbit hole there. You'll notice this, and look at what this is. This is a file. This is an assignment. This is an item. So it'll help kind of knowing what those icons are too, to know what you'll be able to open, because you'll be able to open a file. You'll be able to open an assignment. So let me just show you how this once again goes a little bit deeper into the course. Here's the assignment information. And if your students are having any difficulty, submitting their work, usually it's because they haven't been able to open the assignment and access this menu. Once they're at this menu, they can usually figure it out, browse my computer, attach their file, or, write their submission in the comments box here. But what you'll also notice here is that, see how I've entered into all of these different things? It's just like a file explorer on Windows 7 or Windows 8, whatever you're familiar with. It's just like a file explorer. So you'll see here that if I click on one of these, it'll bring me back. I can also use the back navigation button. It'll bring me back to wherever I just was. So you can do that either way. I personally like to just use the mouse here and click on the menu items, but again, up to you. Let me show you how to do a discussion real quick. If your students are struggling with discussion, usually they have to click inside of the discussion. So over here in the discussions, you'll notice that there is no underline under this text, but it is in blue. For those students who do have color blindness, this may be difficult for them to understand how to open the discussion forum, but if they just click on these discussions, you go to create thread, and then you'll title your thing there, and you'll make a message, and then you'll submit. You'll notice these submit buttons are on the top and bottom of most things on the right hand side. So that's discussions, and email is the final thing that I want to go over. If you go ahead and click on email, you should be brought to a menu that looks something like this. You'll go to create message, Now it's kind of confusing too, because if you click on to, you're sending an email to somebody. This is me. I'm going to send an email to myself. So I just click it and then I title the email, blah, 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 right? Wrong. What you have to do is you have to click on these little arrows here to move the item to the other list. So this is just the pool of recipients. This is the recipients that'll actually be getting the email. So if I just click this here, it'll move me right on over. Now say I move somebody else over. Oh, and I didn't mean to. All you do is you click that person and you can move them right back with the other directional arrow. Again, you have your submit buttons bottom and top on the right side of the page. And that's a basic run through of how to operate Blackboard Learn. Again, each class will be different, but if you're familiar with the items and you're familiar with what to click on, you should be just fine. So please don't hesitate to contact us at the Teaching and Learning Center for any of your needs. I'll list our phone number in the description, and you all have a good semester and good luck.